yourself up, 'cause legends never die.
What is going on, my fellow YouTuberians? My name is Scrunt, and today we are back on some MX vs ATV All Out. Now in this video, it will be a little overview of patch 1.06, which is the brand new patch for both PS4 and Xbox One. So if you do enjoy this video, make sure you drop a like, and also remember to subscribe to the channel if you want to see some more MX vs ATV content. But without further ado, guys, let's just jump right into it. It's going to be a little live recording, so if I mess up, or if I just don't really know what to say, do forgive me. But hopefully we can get through this video and cover everything that did come in with patch 1.06. So the first thing that I did want to cover is the brand new camera angles. So before, in 1.05, you actually could go into your settings and you can go into gameplay, and as you can see down here, we got custom camera, and that could be either enabled or disabled. Well, the only thing that you could do with that custom camera was actually zoom like way out in third person or whatever. But they have now added the custom camera, so you can like zoom in, zoom out, do whatever on all of the camera slots. So slot right, slot left, the chase camera, even the first person camera. And I'll actually show you right now on the first person camera. Let me just stop here. All right. So I'm going into first person. And this is basically what it looks like if you don't have the custom camera on. So when I logged in and I saw that my camera was like this, I was like, oh no, they must have gone back to, what is it, like 1.04 or whatever for the camera angle. But that was not the case. They just basically reset it, and if you go all the way back, yeah, I think that's all the way back, then you will get that camera angle that you got in 1.05. Which is definitely good. But you can do that with any camera slot, so I'm not really going to be showing you that too much, just because it's pretty self-explanatory. But now let's move on to another big fix, which is the automatic and manual gearbox shifting. Now I don't really use the manual gearbox shifting. I always thought it was like pretty bad. It's just not smooth enough for me. Like, I'm coming from Forza and doing that manual gearbox shifting with clutch, and to try and do this, it really is not smooth enough. I haven't tried the manual gearbox shifting since I logged on to 1.06. I actually haven't really played 1.06 too much. I kind of checked it out a little bit last night, but I really just have not had the time to be on this game and making a video until today. So I'm kind of kind of discovering these things as we go. But for the automatic gearbox, I can definitely say that it has been improved pretty drastically. It just seems like the bike is now in the right gear that it should be when like going around corners and, you know, taking jumps and stuff like that. It's definitely a lot easier to control the bike, and just, you know, you're not bogging down as much, which I was finding a lot with like going around corners and stuff like that on like certain bikes. Even after I tuned it, like with the sprocket tune and all that, it still seemed to it just wasn't there. Like, it was trying so hard. It was almost to that like perfect spot, but it just was not there. But with these automatic and manual gearbox changes and fixes, it does seem like it is a lot better. I'm actually hitting rev limiter a little bit, so I'm gonna have to probably go in and fine tune a lot of these bikes once again with the sprocket, just to compensate for that fix. But I'm more than willing to do that if, you know, I'm actually going to be in the right gear this time going around the track. So I'm pretty happy about that change. Now the next change, there are a couple like crash fixes, rider animation tweaks. I don't know the specifics for the crash fixes. What I'm going to assume is that we are no longer going to be just laying down on the track like pancaking, because that was a pretty big problem. And if you guys don't know what pancaking was, it was basically when the rider lean and your bike turning would glitch, and so you basically just lay flat on the ground and then you crash. Now, I've been going around this track. I've gone on multiplayer. I've done that, and I've raced quite a bit, and I just have not pancaked yet. Now, I never really pancaked on the 4-stroke, so that could be it. But you know, if that's what they fix, then it's definitely going to be quite a bit easier to ride 2-strokes now, because that's really mainly where it was happening. The 4-strokes, I never really experienced pancaking. So actually, I'm gonna go on a 2-stroke right now. Like I said, this is live, so do forgive me. I didn't really plan this out too much. I just wanted to get on the game, you know, turn the mic on and see where it went. So let's get on the 250. That should be a good. Yeah, the 250 definitely just pancaked so much, even after my tune. So let's see how she goes. All right. Well, we'll see it if it happens. But they did announce that they fixed a lot of the crashes, and also rider animation tweaks. So, you know, I guess the rider's just going to be looking a lot better while riding the bike. You know, a lot more natural, because he did kind of look a little weird sometimes when he was riding his bike. It wasn't all the time, but you could tell like it didn't really look like natural sometimes. But right now, I mean, everything looks really good. It's running really smoothly. I'm not on multiplayer. I am just on a single player free roam, but everything's looking pretty good. Like, it's just all smooth. There's no like screen tearing or anything like that, which is another thing that they also improved with this patch. It was the second wave of screen tearing fixes for Xbox. So for PS4, you guys didn't even have to worry about that, because I guess you weren't experiencing it. But for Xbox, it was really, really bad. And I'm not really getting screen tearing at all. So I'm really happy that they fixed that. Yeah, this game actually feels like wicked smooth now. It's pretty cool. Like, coming back after like a couple days and just having everything fixed. This update, by the way, is like 12.2 gigabytes. So I'm hoping that they fixed a lot of these issues with 12.2 gigabytes. Absolutely insane. That just goes to show that they're putting in effort for these patches. Like, they're putting in some work for these things. No wonder it took them so long. 12.2 gigs for one of these patches. Holy mother of God. Nobody in their right mind can ever say that they're not actually working on this game now. Or that they don't care. If they're putting out patches like that. Oh, man. Now, they also improved just like some regular bug fixes. Performance improvements, so we're not, you know, lagging all over the place. Now, one thing that I did notice, sadly, with this patch is that I'll actually stop the bike right here. My outfit and the bike is now glitched. So my outfit is like faded into black for some reason, when there should be just like the rest of the outfit's logo right there on the front. You can see it on the bike too. Like, that's my number plate, and it's just faded into black and blacked out. Like, my guy isn't even getting dirty anymore, and I don't know if this is just a glitch with the dirt. Like, maybe this is supposed to like be or represent the dirt, but it does not look right at all. It looks like it's fading to black, and I don't know how to change that. I don't know how to fix that. Yeah, that must be the dirt. Okay, like, looking at it through the light, it does kind of look like dirt, but that is definitely not something that we had back in 1.05. Like, the dirt looked a lot better in 1.05 than it does right now. So I think that's something that they really need to tweak again, because right now it does not look good. Which is a damn shame, because I thought the dirt looked really good. Like, I think it caked on a bit too fast, but I thought the dirt itself actually looked pretty good on the bike. Now, for Xbox One, for just like their specific kind of patches, we're going to be heading into the matchmaking to see just exactly if they have improved it. Because with every single patch that has come out for this game, or for Xbox One, they've always said that they have fixed the online, that it's way better. So we're going to see right now, we're going to go into a custom match. I'm going to try and join the most full lobby that I can, see if we're lagging, see if I can even join it. Probably not going to race in it too much. All right, Supercross Las Vegas, 11 out of 16. Ooh, okay. Well, that's instantaneously improved, because it used to take me like 5 minutes just to try and join a match, because every single one would just kick me out. B, those 11 out of 16 matches were usually lobbies that were like there from the dawn of time, you know, because that was a big problem. With the matchmaking, these lobbies were created way back, like way back when the game first launched, and for some reason they just stuck there in the lobby list. So we never were able to like tell what the actual lobbies were from people that were creating them and what the dead lobbies were that have been there since the dawn of time. I don't know if this kid's actually going to... God damn it. Oh well. Well, hopefully we'll see a little bit of racing. Hopefully we'll be able to get into a race. I'm not too sure though. Ah, man, that's the risk of trying to get online, is that if like the online leader or whatever, the man that made the match. Oh, we're actually going into it. Okay. That's one of the problems though, is that if someone that makes the lobby quits, then the whole lobby shuts down. And I don't really think that's right, because you know how many times I've beaten a kid in a race in his lobby and then he immediately shuts down the lobby, and it's just like, come on, man. Like, I was racing in that. You know, I was having a good time. Maybe you weren't having a good time, but improve. Get better. I don't know. So that is really annoying. I wish they would do it in a way where, like, if the lobby host left, it would just automatically pick a new host instead of kicking everybody out and having us, like, restart the whole thing. I think that would be a much better method to this online matchmaking, but that's probably going to be in a later patch if they even add it, you know. They'd probably just, if I told them that, they'd probably just say, you know what, suck it up, try to not find kids that leave after, you know, one match of being beaten. But hopefully we can get into whatever we're loading up into. Hopefully it's a race and not just kicking me out to the Flying Moto Ranch. This loading is actually kind of taking a little bit, but we'll get there. There it is. There it is. I can't remember what national track this is. I'm actually on a 250 right now too. So we'll be able to hit two birds with one stone in this little race. We'll be able to test the performance of the online, be able to see if, you know, it still needs improvement, or if they actually have done a lot of what they said and improved the game. We'll also be able to see if the 250 is pancaking as much as it used to. Now, I tuned my bikes so that they wouldn't pancake, but I was still kind of finding that they were on certain occasions. Like, you really couldn't go and lean left and right with the right analog on the two-strokes, because they would just fall over. That was a big thing. They would just fall over if you ever leaned left or right. So hopefully we can get actually a podium on this race as well. I don't even know if I want to do this full race. Okay, we'll do a lap just to see if it's laggy, but it's already not laggy, so that's a really good sign, because even in this like pre-game sort of like lap or two, it would be laggy if it was the way that it was. But so far so good. I mean, as you can see, we got pretty much a full lobby there. Hopefully we can... Oh no, I am lagging a little bit. Ah, man. I am lagging a little bit now. Holy, what is going on? There we go. Alright, so I did discover kind of a glitch. This was back in 1.5 and nobody brought it up, so nobody knows about it. But I noticed when you're riding in first person, if you pause the game, okay, if you pause the game, do any adjustments to your tuning or whatever you're doing in the pause menu, when you come back, your screen is super shaky for some reason in first person. And then you cycle through all the cameras and go back to first person, and it's fine. It's really weird. It's really weird. But I don't think anyone has really experienced that glitch, because I don't think anybody rides in first person. So let's see how it... Oh, the game started and I didn't even know it, because my guy was looking completely to the right for some strange reason. But, alright, let's see how we can do here. The game is not lagging, and we are... Oh, actually, yeah, it is. A little bit. Not as much as it used to be, though. I don't know if I'd personally want to be in a lobby with 16 because I'm still experiencing this lag off of like 11 or 12. But the lag is, I don't know, I'm probably getting like 50 to 55 FPS right now, which is a drastic improvement. Drastic improvement. I mean, right now in 1.05, I'd probably be getting maybe 30 FPS. So this is definitely a big step in the right direction for online. Now this could just be because I'm on an original Xbox system, but I don't really feel that should be an excuse as to why like a full 16 player lobby wouldn't work. So I think we still got, you know, a couple things that we need to iron out. There it is. Pancaking happened a little bit. So it's still there. There's still some things that really need to be ironed out, but it just seems so much smoother and a lot more controllable now. A lot more controllable. The FPS dips aren't as fucking drastic as they were. You'd literally be going from 60 FPS down to 20. Wow, I'm bad. Of course, I'm riding on a 250 two-stroke, so. But it does seem a lot better, a lot smoother, a lot less screen tears. I'm not using headphones, by the way, so I can't even hear what's going on. I didn't even want to really get into this race, but now I feel like I'm kind of invested into it. But obviously not doing too hot on the 250. Yeah, I'm done. Alright. Let me just leave this multiplayer lobby real quick. So for multiplayer wise, it looks like it has been improved. You can now join lobbies without having to spend, 10 minutes trying to get into them. You can have more than, 7 or 8 people in the lobby without it becoming so drastically laggy that you can't even move. It's definitely big steps in the right direction. There are still a couple things that need to be ironed out. Like I just pancaked on the 250 for no reason. Absolutely no reason. I just went sideways. So that is still there. But I guess it has to be a specific situation for it to happen. Because before it was literally happening on almost every single bike. Now the screen tearing, that has also been fixed. So that's a good improvement. A lot of people were kind of turned off from the game because of the screen tearing, because of that lag and all that. Now let's go into another thing that they did add, which is a reset option for tuning. This is a very, very, very small portion of the patch, but I figured I'd cover it anyways. So as you can see, if you press the X button, which I'm not going to do, you can reset the tune, which is, I guess, good for everybody. And for some reason, it's still glitching and showing that my brakes are all the way to the right. Oh, and they're not. But we'll get that ironed out at some point. All right. So there's your little reset button for tuning. If you guys were begging for that, I didn't see anybody really wanting it, but it's just more of a convenience sort of thing than anything. Now, the last thing on the list is the improved visual aesthetics and performance of grass and trees. So what we're going to do, we are in Flying Moto Ranch where there is the most grass and trees. We're going to be riding around on the 250 in first person and really taking a look at the grass and also the trees and see if they have been improved. All right, that's a nice white birch right there. That's pretty good. Grass is looking good. Okay, so what I'm noticing right off the bat is that these trees actually have animation to them. Because before, what was happening was these trees were just kind of tree-colored cylinders going up into the sky. They really didn't have any animation to them whatsoever. And the grass, I didn't really look at the grass, to be honest. Looks nice now, though. I didn't really look at it beforehand, so I can't really tell you. But I'm assuming if it was improved, And as I can see, the trees are improved. There must be a pretty drastic improvement onto the grass as well. So we'll just ride around a little bit, keep looking at the trees and the grass. We'll actually go into photo mode, get a little speed. Go into photo mode. Still no adjustments to photo mode. So you can't just take the camera and freely do whatever you want in like a designated area. You can't, you know, adjust the brightness or anything like that. Photo mode's still pretty basic. But we'll zoom in on these pieces of grass and stuff. See how they look. Okay. No, that definitely looks pretty good. Now another thing, oh, I almost forgot about this. Another thing that they did add was fog. They actually added fog to Flying Motor Ranch. Or they did? Where's the fog? Oh, there it is. Okay, so you can kind of see it. It's like it's over the lake mainly. Around here, there's really no fog, but over the lake there is now fog, which is pretty cool. Kind of see it off in the distance. Obviously, like the closer that you get to it, the less noticeable it is. And also, I don't know why, but right now it's not producing a lot of fog. When I first logged onto this game yesterday, there was a shit ton of fog. And now there's barely any fog. But there is fog, so we'll say that it was a success. As you can see, it's kind of like, it kind of goes wherever you go. It's always that like set distance in front of you, so you can never really get to it. You can never really get up close to the fog. But yeah, there you go. You can really see it now. That's pretty nice. See, small details like that, that's what's really going to make this game. That's really what is going to save it from all these nasty negative reviews that it got off the start. You know, I'd like to see one of those reviewers come back into this game now and make a review about it and see exactly what they'd have to say. Because if anybody made a review off of the first week of this game, then they weren't really giving this game any justice, because the improvements that have been made onto it have just been absolutely insane. And you know, you can't really judge this game off of that first week, because it was a rough first week. But I mean, man, they have definitely stepped up their game. Like I think they knew they fucked up on that first week, and they're just like, damn it, all right, let's get grinding. But no, this is definitely a nice little patch. You know, it's not something that's like super big, like oh, we're adding hill climb racing or anything like that. It's just, you know, small little performance tweaks, gearing tweaks, aesthetic tweaks, things like that. So that, I think, is going to be it for this one, guys. And I'm gonna go back through my list because I have it written down here. I'm not seeing anything else on the list, so I think we are actually good to go. So if you guys did enjoy this video, make sure you drop a like, and also remember to subscribe to the channel if you want to see some more MX vs. ATV content. I know this was not really put together very well. It was kind of sloppy, you know. I was just kind of winging it with the commentary, but hopefully you guys did enjoy that. I will be coming out with more gearing videos very soon. I just figured I would get this one out before I continued with the gearing series. But the next gearing episode will be about ATVs, just in time for the OEM ATV drops. So, hope you guys did enjoy the video. That's going to be it. Peace.